Hello everybody and welcome back to Red Eagle Politics. Make sure you guys like this video down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. So for the first time in history, Donald Trump is leading Joe Biden in the Wall Street Journal poll. He's leading by 4 points. And when you factor in all the third-party candidates that are going to potentially run, that lead expands from 4 points to 6 points. And Trump also is leading the primary field by a staggering 44 points, and Ron DeSantis has fallen behind Nikki Haley into third place, which is something that's very interesting there, but that's kind of besides the point. The point is that Donald Trump is out there, and he is just destroying Biden. The people of this country despise this president. They despise this administration, and they want Donald Trump back. They really do. You look at these numbers here, and you could go through it. You look at the issues. Donald Trump is leading huge on every single issue, basically, besides abortion, which he neutralizes compared to a lot of these other Republicans that are in the running that don't really know how to navigate that issue. And even then, it's not an issue that people care about as much as the economy or inflation, crime, border security. It's really not. And especially with Trump at the helm, Trump is going to work to neutralize that issue. So you look through this. This poll tells you that Donald Trump is surging because even in recent polls where all the other polls had Trump up, the Wall Street Journal still had him down. But that's changed because the climate is indeed shifting. And this poll is also very important because not only does it show Donald Trump defeating Biden significantly, but if Donald Trump hypothetically does get convicted on one of these cases, the poll shows that Donald Trump would still win in the Electoral College. It shows Biden would only be up in the popular vote by 1 percentage point. And that's still with kind of a leading question there, because you have to understand that if Trump actually does get convicted, you're probably going to see him fall in the polls for a week or so, and then you're going to see Republicans come out and defend him. The narrative is going to shift a little bit, and Donald Trump will likely possibly see that revert a little bit back to the mean. I'm not saying these are going to necessarily help him, but do I think they're going to hurt him by a ridiculous amount? No, and if Republicans navigate it properly, there's a very good chance it could help him. And people are going to say, well, how can Trump win from jail? How could he win then? They're going to try to throw him off the ballot. But the RNC has already said that they will stick with Trump if Donald Trump gets convicted, which is the smart thing to do because the base is not going to turn out in the general election for a replacement candidate. They just won't, especially as they view it as the uniparty coming together to remove Donald Trump and get Trump and Trumpism out of the Republican Party for good, because that's what the move would do. So the RNC is not being dumb on that part. And also you have plenty of legal scholars, pretty much all of them have come out and said that yes, you can win the presidency from jail. You can govern from behind bars. Donald Trump could win from Supermax, technically, pardon himself, take the oath of office first, obviously, and then just take the presidential limousine directly to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. It is indeed very possible. Is it likely that Trump is going to be in Supermax? Probably not. I think house arrest may be the more likely course of action, but we have yet to see. But Donald Trump very well could win from house arrest, mainly because you see what happens. Joe Biden became president from his basement. He barely campaigned. It's really going to come down to the grassroots. It's going to come down to people getting involved, volunteering, chasing ballots, ballot harvesting where legal, making sure people are voting early, and then getting the people who don't out to vote on election day. And if they're able to do it, yeah, I don't think this is going to impact Trump negatively. In fact, it could be just another obstacle in the greatest comeback story of all time. It's going to make it all the greater. And it's like, yeah, it's true. You look at what happens. Politics is different now. People hate Biden. And because they hate Biden, if you spin this narrative to, yeah, Biden and his rogue regime are trying to target his political opponents to save face because he sucks and nobody likes him, well, yeah, that's a winning message, and that could shift the narrative. And also, if Biden happens to get impeached, the same poll does show that Biden would lose a little bit of ground, even though not as much. But when you talk about these issues and these scandals, because now they're confirmed, they used to censor them back in 2020. You can't censor it in 2024, especially with the fact that you have Elon running Twitter. You have a free speech pretty much platform, basically free speech now. They let Alex Jones back on this morning. Good for Elon. But you're looking at this and it's like, yeah, the climate is shifting and Biden is despised. Donald Trump is polling well despite being attacked constantly by his own party, and he's still going to be the nominee. And Biden isn't really trying to go out there and rectify his failed image because he's associating with none other than Hillary Clinton herself. I mean, it's funny because Biden's favorables actually have fallen below Hillary Clinton's favorables where they were back in 2016. But Biden associating with Hillary Clinton, that's political poison. She is universally despised. And I genuinely hope she has the biggest role possible in Biden's reelection campaign. I absolutely do, because what that means is that Biden's loss is just all that more assured at that point, and that we know. So you're looking at that, and it's like Biden is dropping the ball ridiculously. He is. Donald Trump, he's on message. He's doing his thing out there, and he's gaining support. He's gaining support in the polls. Ever since his last indictment, he's risen 4%. Whether you want to say that's because of his indictment or maybe it's because of the debates too, because people are watching these other Republicans and they're just like, yeah, the whole JV squad, they don't have what it takes. But Donald Trump, he has what it takes. He has a record. His presidency, was it 100% perfect? No, but it was pretty damn good, and Trump has had 4 years to reflect. His messaging has improved, and he's back with a vengeance, and he can do whatever he wants. I mean, you have Trump for just 4 years. He is not going to care what people think about him. He doesn't have to worry about re-election. It's funny because you have all these people that are like, well, Trump would be a lame duck on day one, which that's not entirely true. If he wins, he probably has a trifecta, even if it's a narrow trifecta. And he's going to be able to go out there and still get a lot done. Make no mistake about it. I don't think lame duck would really be the term that applies. And if anything, he's going to have 4 years to just do what he wants. He doesn't have to worry about the media. He doesn't have to worry so much about re-election. And he can go from there and just lead the country the way this country deserves to be led, by strong leadership. And that is a message that is going to win over people when they see how much despair this country's in. Biden just decides to, plug his ears and say, well, no, this economic metric's actually improving, or saying that we gained all these jobs when like 90% of those jobs or so were just recovery from COVID. And there's been so many that have not, recovered from COVID still to this day. But either way, it's just like they're out of touch. And being out of touch does not get them an election victory. You could talk about the midterms, but Biden was not in the ballot in the midterms. Trump was not in the ballot in the midterms. So it's not really a fair comparison. Democrats are better at turnout nowadays in these low propensity turnout elections. But 2024, when that rolls around, Republicans, they've got the energy factor now. They've got a fire that's been lit under them, and they got to go out there and win. And they got to leave no stone unturned. And I think that they're going to be playing like they're playing from behind, even though they're playing from ahead, because what that's going to do is it's going to go out there and just energize them to not take their foot off the gas regarding the election. And another thing, this poll goes a little bit deeper when it talks about policies, because we're not even talking about the policies all that much right now in the media, because people aren't really thinking about, oh, Trump 4 years ago all the time. But even then, a lot of people, when they're polled, they're saying that Donald Trump's policies, 49% say they helped people. 37% said that they hurt these people. Biden, on the other hand, is down by 30. This is the question right here, that if utilized properly by Trump and Republicans, Donald Trump can win in a landslide if people just realize reality. Trump's policies helped this country. They helped the voter base by 12 points. Whether you like the personality or not, when people go to vote, are they going to be thinking about the personality 24/7? Yeah, a lot of people will. I mean, a lot of people that say Trump's policies hurt them, they probably actually helped him. But the personality, like, those are the people that are just too blinded by it to actually really go out there and vote for him in any circumstance. But when you look at Biden, 23%, not even a quarter of people have claimed to be helped by this country. Not even half of Biden's own voter base that voted for him say that Biden's policies have helped them. 53% say that the policies of this joke of an administration have directly hurt them. And what that showcases is that people in this country want new leadership, they want change, and the only way they're going to get that is by voting Biden out of there and electing Donald Trump, whether he's convicted over these bogus lies or not. Plain and simple, take it or leave it. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. Like this video down below, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications so you never miss another video. Follow me on social media. The links are all in the description down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Red Eagle, out.